Hello friends, myself Professor Pinkesh Patel from the Electrical Engineering Department from the College of Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Today I am going through a subject of microprocessor and microcontroller architecture and interfacing, having a subject code of 2150907. This subject that is the part of the third year 5th sem. This is the flow of the contents. First one, that is the course details, scope and objectives of the course, text and reference books, chapter wise course plan, and last one, that is the list of experiments. So we can start with the course details. So first category, that is the course code. So this subject having a subject code of 2150907. The name of the subject, that is the microprocessor and microcontroller architecture and interfacing. This subject having a credits of 6. Now we are going for the evaluation scheme. So first category, that is the structure, lecture wise and practical wise, and last one, that is the tutorial wise. So this subject having a 4 lectures, tutorial having a 0 lectures, and practicals having a 2 lectures per week. Credit, that is the 6. Now for the mid-sem exam having a marks distribution, that is the 20 marks, ALA marks, that is the active learning assignment having a 10 marks, university evaluation having a 70 marks, that is for the theory marks. Then next category, that is the continuous evaluation having a 50 marks. So this content having a ESE, that is the external viva, OEP open-ended problem, and last one, that is PA, that is for the internal marks. So external viva having a marks of 20, open-ended problem having a marks of 10, and internal marks of 20. So likewise total marks of 100 plus 50. So total marks, that is equal to 150 marks for this subject. Now we are going for the scope and objective of the course. So why this subject, that is the part of inside the electrical engineering. So from this subject we can learn about the microprocessor and microcontroller with the help of digital circuits. There is a one more category, that is we can learn about the how we can interface with the input device with the memory, likewise input device with the output device, memory, that is interface with the memory. We can learn about the different kind of programming language like assembly language, C language program. So that we can learn from this subject. There is a one more main objective of that course, that is we can learn about microprocessor and microcontroller and having a application inside the power system, inside the electrical machines. Also we can apply this application inside the production system, and also we can apply inside the electrical drives. So this is the main objective of this course. Now after completion of this subject, student can expected to developing of assembly level program and provide the basics of the processor. So if after completion of this subject, student can easily go for the assembly language program and C language program, and that both the language that can apply inside the real life application. To provide solid foundation on interfacing the external device to the processor according to the user requirement to create novel products and solution for the real time problems. So we can go through a real line application. to assist the student with an academic environment aware of excellence guideline and lifelong learning needed for a successful professional career. Now we are going for the text and reference books. So there are 5 reference books that is part of this subject. So first one, that is the microprocessor architecture, programming and application with the 8085 and having a author of by Ramesh Gaonkar. Second one, that is the 8051 microcontroller and embedded system using assembly and C language program and having the author of Muhammad Ali Mazidi. Third one, that is the 8051 microcontroller and embedded system using assembly and C language program by KJ Ayla. Fourth one, that is the using the MCS 51 microcontroller by Oxford Universe Press. And last one, that is programming and customizing the 8051 microcontroller by Predico Tata McGraw Hill Publication. So these are the different kind of textbooks and reference books that is the part of the course plan. So most probably we can go through only first and second one, that is the Ramesh R. Gaonkar, that is for the processor chapter, and remaining chapter, that is the part of Muhammad Ali Mazidi. Now we are going for the chapter wise course plan. So in this subject having a total of 12 chapters. So now we can start, we can go through a step by step individual chapter. So first one, that is the review of logic device and memories. So from this subject we can learn about, or we can study about the different kind of AND gates, OR gates, NOT gates, XOR gates, XNOR gate, that is the part of the digital circuits. Now again we can go through a revision of that all the logic circuits. Then after we can learn about the different kind of latches, flip-flops, that is the part of the digital circuits, and with the help of different kind of logic gates we can go through a different kind of conversion, that is the hexadecimal to decimal value, octal value, ASCII character. Likewise different kind of data conversion that we can learn from chapter number 1. Then after there is a one more things that we can learn from the chapter number 1, that is the classification of the memory. We can say having a different kind of memory, RAM, ROM, EPROM. So how it can works and what is the benefits of that memory, so that we can learn from chapter number 1. Chapter number 2, that is the microprocessor based system. So from the chapter number 2 we can say that there are many years ago we can go through a microcomputer only. Then after its advanced version, that is the microprocessor, and its advanced version, that is the microcontroller. So if we can go through a microcomputer, so at that time microcomputer having a mainly 3 components: input device, output device and memory. Same way microprocessor and microcontroller both having all the 3 components, but there is a difference is that if we can go through a microprocessor, so for that input device, output device and memory, that is we have to connect it externally with the CPU, whereas inside the microcomputer input device, output device and CPU and monitor, that is the main component. And if we can go through a microcontroller, so having a input device, output device and memory, that is inbuilt. So cost wise microcontroller, that is much cheaper than the microprocessor and microcomputer. So that we can learn from the chapter number 2. Now we can go through a chapter number 3, that is the 8085 microprocessor. So from this chapter we can learn about what is inside the microprocessor, what is actually microprocessor and how it works, so that we can represent with the help of block diagram and pin functions. Then after we can go through a bus organization, how the data that can be flow from one direction to the one point to the another point, one memory device to the input device, one memory device to the memory another memory device, how the serial communication that can be take place. So that we can learn from chapter number 3. Also we can go through a timing diagram. So with the help of timing diagram we can go through a individual point we can learn how the data that can be flow from one memory device to the another memory device, how the data that can be read or write condition, so that we can learn from the chapter number 3. Now go for the chapter number 4, that is the 8051 microcontroller architecture. So same way already we know the difference in between microprocessor and microcontroller. So from chapter number 4 again we can learn about the architecture and pin function of the microcontroller, how the data that can be flow inside the microcontroller, what are the memory organization that can be worked inside the microcontroller. So that we can learn from the chapter number 4. Chapter number 5, that is the introduction to program development tool chain using Microvision 3. So from this chapter we can go through IDE, that is the integrated development environment, which is useful for the practical purpose, in which having a different kind of components, assembler, compiler, linker, debugger, and there is a one more parameter, that is the assembler directives. Assembler directives, that is the one kind of hexadecimal value, or we can say having a mnemonics that we have to use at the starting of the program and the ending of the program, which is stand for the ORG, that is stand for the starting operation of the program, and at the after completion of your program we have to write down the end, that is stand for the assembler directives. So likewise all the components and assembly directives that we can learn from the chapter number 5. Then after chapter number 6, that is the 8051 assembly language program. So in that chapter we can learn first one, that is the different kind of addressing mode, and addressing mode which stand for how the data that can be flow from one device to the another device. Suppose we can take the one example, suppose having a one CPU, and with that CPU we have connect the pen drive. So how the data that we can take from the CPU to the pen drive, and in some cases the data that can be flow from pen drive to the CPU. So that is stand for the addressing mode. So having a classification of the addressing mode, so that we can learn from the chapter number 6. Then after there are the different kind of languages like data transfer instruction, input output programming language, arithmetic and logical instruction, bit level instruction, branching instruction, then subroutine program, then conversion of hexadecimal to ASCII character, BCD to ASCII character. Likewise different kind of conversion as well as different kind of instruction that we can learn from chapter number 6. Now we are going for the chapter number 7, that is the 8051 programming in embedded C. So in this subject we can learn about the two language, first one that is the assembly language program, and second one that is the C language program. So chapter number 7, that is the part of the C language program, in which having a first concept that is regarding to the data types that is used inside the 8051 C language. Then we can learn about the time delay program, input output programming that is used inside the C language, then logic operation, then control and statement and loop, and that is used inside the C language, then data conversion program, that is the part of the C language. So all that things that we can learn from this chapter. Chapter number 8, that is the external memory interfacing. So in that case, suppose having a two memory that is connected with the microcontroller. So how we can connect the two memories with the microcontroller, or because inside the microcontroller already having a memory that is inbuilt, but if my aim to connect the one of the memory externally, so for that we can go through a external memory interfacing, so that we can learn from chapter number 8. Chapter number 9, that is the 8051 timer and counter and programming. Suppose we can go through one example for this chapter. Suppose having a one LED or having a 5 LED that is connected with the microcontroller. So we have to provide, suppose LED number 1, 3 and 5 that is blinking at one point, and at second point LED number 2nd and 4th that should be in the blinking order. So in between having a time delay, so that time delay we have to provide inside the microcontroller, so that we can learn from the chapter number 9. Chapter number 10, that is the 8051 serial port and programming. So for that chapter number 10 we can learn about the what kind of cable that is used for the microcontroller. So we can go through a RS-232 that is used for the serial communication, which is we can learn from chapter number 10. Chapter number 11, that is the 8051 interrupts. So there are the different way the interrupts that is come inside the microcontroller. So before that, what do you mean by interrupt? Suppose having a continuous lectures that is going on inside the class, and there is a one kind of disturbance that is come inside the class. So that disturbance that is considered as an interrupt. Likewise, there is a different kind of interrupts that is occur inside the microcontroller, so that we can learn from chapter number 11. And last chapter, that is the application and design of microcontroller based system. So at the end we can apply the microcontroller inside the real life application. So we can go through a LED application, we can go through a LCD application, we can go through a keyboard connection, we can go through a analog to digital converter, digital to the analog converter, then stepper motor, then DC motor. Likewise, how we can apply the microcontroller in the real life application, so that we can learn from the chapter number 12. So that is regarding to the chapter wise course plan. Now we can go through a list of experiment. So in this subject having a total of 21 experiment, we can go through a first one, that is the to study the architecture of the 8051 microcontroller. So we can learn regarding the architecture of the microcontroller. Second one, that is the to study the assembler directives. So we can learn about the different kind of assembler directives which is used inside the microcontroller. Third one, that is the to study the instruction set of the 8051 microcontroller. So there is having a different kind of instruction that is the part of the microcontroller. We can say that data transfer instruction, arithmetic instruction, logical instruction. So all that instruction that we can learn from the chapter number experiment number 3. Experiment number 4, to write a program to add two 8-bit numbers. So we can go through if my aim to add to 8-bit number, so that we can done with the help of experiment number 4. Same way experiment number 5, that is the to write a program to add to 16-bit number. So addition of 16-bit number that we can done with the help of experiment number 5. Experiment number 6, that is to write a program to add two 32-bit numbers. So we can take the data and we can make the addition of 32-bit numbers. So this is a very simple program, and firstly we can learn about the very easy program, and after completion of whole course we can make or we can apply the programming in the real life application. Experiment number 7, to write a program to subtract two 8-bit numbers. Experiment number 8 is to write a program to find the square of a given number. Suppose having any number that is the 25 and square of the 25, that is the 625. So that we can done with the help of experiment number 8. Experiment number 9, to write a program to shift 8-bit data in a register. Suppose having a 8-bit data and we have to shifting the 8-bit data step by step, so that we can learn from the experiment number 9. Experiment number 10, to write a program to conversion of hex value to decimal value. So suppose having any hexadecimal value and that we have to convert in terms of decimal value, so that we can done with the help of experiment number 10. Experiment number 11, that is the conversion of hexadecimal value to binary value. Experiment number 12, that is to write a program to add first 10 natural number. So addition of first 10 natural number. Then experiment number 13, to write a program to count the number of ones and zeros in the given byte. Suppose having any hexadecimal value, that is the 73H. So firstly try to write the data in terms of binary language, that is the 0 and 1. So from that we have to count how many times of ones and zeros that is come inside the 73H. Experiment number 14, to write a program to multiply ECH by 25H using the technique of repeated addition. So in that program we can go through a branching instruction which is useful for this experiment. Experiment number 15, to write a program to multiply 25 by 10 using the technique of repeated addition. So we have to make the multiplication, but we cannot use the multiplication instruction. We can use the addition, and for that again we can go through a branching instruction. Experiment number 16, to write a program to find the biggest number of a given set of 10 numbers, store from the location 50H and store the result in DPTR. So we have to find out the biggest value from the given set of 10 numbers. Same way experiment number 7, that is for to find out the smallest value from the given set of 10 numbers. Experiment number 8, to write an 8051C program to connect given hex value to decimal value. So we have to go for the C language program. Experiment number 9, to write an 8051C program to convert packed BCD to the ASCII character and display the byte on port 0, port P1. Experiment number 20, to write an 8051C program to convert ASCII digit 4 and 7 to packed BCD and display the byte on P1. So we can go through a conversion of ASCII character to the packed BCD. And last one, that is to write a program to generate a square wave of 2 kHz frequency on P1.5 with the crystal frequency of 11.0592 MHz. So we have to generate a square wave with the help of experiment number 21, having a crystal frequency of 11.0592 MHz. So from this subject we can mostly learn about the microprocessor and microcontroller and what is the real life application we can apply in the power system as well as instrumentation as well as electrical machine. Thank you.